Good morning, everybody. Yes, it is now Wednesday. Yesterday felt like Monday, of course, because we were off Monday, and Tuesday becomes Monday automatically. Also, the fact they got us working through Saturday because we dared have a few days off. But, oh well, that's life, that's work. Someone asked an interesting question: how do you do this every day? I said, you get into a rhythm. um, I started doing stuff like this back when I was, oh heck, hang on a second. Well, I try to stay ahead of the game because in case of bad weather and all that, you got to take that into account. So that's why I arrive so early every day. Um, Also, the fact that at my last plant, I was working from 5:30 in the afternoon till after 4 o'clock in the following morning. So when I found out this place was here, they had morning shift available. I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm not doing afternoon/evening ever again. It's just no. And then after we get into a routine. Then I found out later, well, I got to take one set of my pills, like a half hour for the other ones. So that altered my routine further. So I'm up literally every day around 4 in the morning. And then I'm out the door, by around 5. Plus, if I get here just the right time, there's actually handicap spaces open. So that way I can get parked. Yeah, it is strongly indicating from the latest clips that, we're going to, see the creature from the midnight. And I'm like, why? I think that episode stands out better, not knowing what, exactly that thing was. And now we're going to hop back into it. Why? So that's the problem with that kind of storyline. It can go one way or it can go the other. Um, Plus, of course, he has to write a thing to tie into a Tenant storyline. It's like there's a billion other critters out there in the universe that running around it. But no, let's go back to Midnight because that was a big hit. Ugh. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, as much as I enjoyed Lux, I'm getting sick and tired of the supernatural shit. I really am. I like the occasional scrap with a godlike being, but and I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, it's just there's other things out there that are far more menacing. I know. I already shared that on the Dr. Freedom Facebook page at Ian Levine, the guy who quit watching the show how long ago, allegedly. Yeah, he liked Lux. He also liked Fugitive of the Jadoon, even though he was one of the ones who declared the show dead, rest in peace. 63 to 2017, he was one of the ones posting that nonsense. But of course, he liked Fugitive of the Jadoon. Like I said, he was throwing screaming fits when he found out about Jody coming in. And of course, then Chibnall became the devil. And then people wonder why no one wants to touch this show with a 5,290-foot pole. Because you try to do something daring, you try to do something different, and a whole section of the fandom will try to carve you up like the Thanksgiving turkey. Meanwhile, they're sitting there bitching, the Daleks are overused, the Cybermen are getting cheesy, and then look at this series. How come the Daleks ain't back? And meanwhile, the guy who turned who turned the Daleks back into killers, which is what they were, made them scary again, turned the Sontarans from a joke back into a killer race, and of course gave the Cybermen an even menacing idea that a lot of fans have been thinking of for a long time. Now, What would happen if you turned Time Lords into Cybermen? And he did it. And guess what? Oh, God. I'm not kidding. I wouldn't want to be in charge of the show, even if you offered me like $1 million a year. Or $1 million an episode, even. I'm not kidding. It's just, you've got to be kidding me. But like I said, I did enjoy Lux. We're going to talk about that one this Friday. But like I said, as much as I'm going to enjoy that routine, I can't hang around long on that one because I work Saturday morning. I know someone else brought up that point. Yeah, it's funny how all these gods are being whipped out by the stuff they're supposed to be the god of. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. Wiped out, whipped out. Big difference there. Sorry, it's just I've been in a fog all this morning. I'm not kidding. I slept really damn well, but I still woke up with that God, I want to go back to bed feeling, it's just. But yeah, the big news, sadly, is Doctor Who fell out of the top 20 most watched for the first week. And that's not good. It was the 4th most watched program on the day. But here's the thing that they don't tell you. The highest watched program for the week of the Robot Revolution, are you all sitting down, was Britain's Got Talent, I believe, at 5.2 million viewers. Oh gosh, Yeah, I was about to say, dude, don't keep going. You're gonna hit that pole. All right, no, Zeus can be defeated by lightning. You see, he liked to throw that shit around. That's like saying you can beat the shit out of Thor with his hammer. It's like, wait a minute. I can't remember who was who. I haven't been a big studier of the Greek pantheons in a long time, or the Roman ones either. But yeah, the biggest show for the week of the Robot Revolution was, I think it was Britain's Got Talent. That was like 5.2 million viewers. So does that mean Britain's Got Talent is on the way out too? Plus, what are they going to say when, they come to those episodes that might not even air on the day? It's like, we don't have a ratings number to make fun of. Plus, the footy, is going to wipe out reviewers like crazy. It always does. Yeah, that I don't like the sound of. The Doctor somehow fell out of the top 20. Oh, God, here we go. Someone's coming up with their bass penis. That's one thing I can't understand. Scented toilets, well, there's a few things, inventions in the world I can't understand. Stereos for motorcycles and scented toilet paper. And, oh, crap. I did charge my phone, you son of a bitch. So for some reason, my phone didn't charge last night. Great, I'm going to have to plug it in when I get in the building. I just got a battery warning. That never happens. Shit. Well, the good news is I got a charge cord with me, so that's not a big deal. So something must not have been plugged in right last night. I'll have to plug it in when I get in the building. Yeah, Doctor Who's going to be canceled again. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. But then again, to some of these experts, doctor's been canceled how many times now? Remember back during the Whitaker era, it wasn't supposed to survive that, and I can't believe that. Yeah, I was in phone was not a charge last night for some reason. Maybe it wasn't plugged all the way in. I don't know. You know, now I'm gonna have to go double check my earplug my earbuds. I know they were plugged in, or were they? All right, I'm gonna have to double check the plug on my my USB hub charger. I know it's like the Whitaker era. Was yeah? Remember that? The rest in peace, Doctor Who, 1963, 2017, and well, it's 2025, and it's still here. Uh, like I said, I like to remain optimistic. Plus, what really matters are the streaming numbers. So I'm not too worried about that as far as that goes. But yeah, I figure the numbers will go up over the plus 28. So that's why I'm not horrifically worried about it. But at the same time, it's like, you know what these guys are doing. You've seen the videos, you've seen the clever, well, not clever thumbnails where they're going on and on about, Shooty crying and stuff like that. That's Shooty's decision, from what I keep finding out. I'm not kidding. I want to make if I had any musical talent whatsoever, I'd make I'd parody a bunch of those videos and string them together to Jamie's crying, except I'd have Shooty's crying, bum, bum. Because these guys act like it's the end of the world every time the guy, squirts a tear out. It's like, they don't listen. I'd have better luck talking at the whiteboard in my break area. And chances are I'd probably get a more positive response from the whiteboard in my break area than I would for most of these guys online. Because they don't listen to facts. They don't want to hear it. They're on this big agenda that gets them viewers. Sadly, it's a well-written rule of the universe that misery loves company. And there's still a group of people out there who feel that, they're somehow in this magic majority that since I don't like it, everyone else must not like it. Yeah, it'll still, poop on the board, knock over all the pieces, and fly away like it won. Yeah, exactly. Well, I know what I'm doing when I get inside. I'm going to have to plug my phone in and let it charge. Maybe I've been kind of a downer because I've been killing time listening to too many true crime dramas lately. I don't know. But it's weird, some of the shit man does to man and women does to man and women, humanity in general, just scary. Ugh. Someone walked up to me the other day and they're like, the aliens are coming. I said, coming? They've been here. I said, well, then how come they don't? My favorite one always is, why don't they just land on the White House lawn? I said, to quote Art Bell, the first alien down that ramp will be dead of lead poisoning before he got to the bottom. Of course they don't come here. We're still slaughtering each other in quarrels over tribal god images. Still doing God knows what to each other. Hell, I think the planet Earth, the reason why they keep coming back is we're like chimp empire to them. It's like, oh, oh. I know. That's why I can't stand why they're harping on Shooty about crying when you're right. Tennant did it all the time. Jody did it every now and then. And it's funny how many people now I see rewatching the Chibnall era and not finally getting it. It's scary. Trust me. Wait a minute. This wasn't so bad. No shit, Sherlock. I knew that how many years ago? Well, folks, I got to get running inside, so please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. We are working this Saturday. Keep that in mind. So we'll be out here Saturday morning. All right. Take care, everyone. Stay tuned for the Omega Files Friday night. I'm going to see if I can get on there. So we'll be doing a live review of Lux then. Have a good one, everybody.